Hey, I'm Matt, and I'm on my way to work. And it is Tuesday, October something. Let's see. I don't know what day it is. I know it's Tuesday, but let's just say it's a Tuesday after the OU Texas game. And OU lost to Texas 48-45, and everyone all year long has been screaming for Mike Stoops to get fired, got their wish, and Coach Stoops was fired Sunday. I heard that he offered his resignation after the game, but his resignation was not accepted by Lincoln Riley, head coach. And I honestly believe that his firing came from pressure from the outside. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Coach Stoops was fired, and I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you to Coach Mike Stoops for your years of service and dedication to the state of Oklahoma and to the football program and to molding kids into young men. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for that. I know you're a good coach. You are a good coach. And I wish you the best. I wish you the best. And you will always be a part of Sooner Nation. And I also want to apologize for almost hitting you with my car. On Lindsay a few years ago. I believe it was... dang. I don't remember. It was a few years ago. And I know you know about it. You probably don't remember the exact incident, but my dad told you about it. Yeah, my dad met you in at the mall. Y'all were in line to get gifts wrapped at the mall, and my dad told you about it. But this is the whole story about me almost hitting Coach Stoops with my car. I was on Lindsay Street, and I'll drive down Lindsay, periodically, even though it's a lot faster to go north to Main Street or Robinson and then head back south again. But yeah, I was just driving down Lindsay right by the stadium. Every time I drive by the stadium, I just feel a relevance. I'm like, wow, this is, and I think about everything that happened there. This is where Bud Wilkerson coached. This is where Barry Switzer coached. This is where Bob Stoops at the time was coaching. This is where, so many All-Americans and NFL Hall of Famers played. And, this is where people who we don't even remember their names, players we don't even remember their names, gave every ounce of energy they had on that field. And, every time I drive by the stadium, I just look at it. And I was the first car, and the light was red, and I stopped well short, and I'm just slowly inching forward. If I would have hit him with the car, it wouldn't have been anything, because I was just slowly inching forward while I'm looking at the stadium. And all of a sudden I look up, and he comes off the curb. He was out running, comes off the curb, kind of puts his hand on my hood. Not like saying, hey, stop, just kind of, just he's running and kind of touched my car with his hand. And mind you, I'm completely stopped and slowly inching forward towards the light as I'm looking at the stadium. And he didn't even look at me. He just run across. So, yeah. But I'm honestly sad to see Mike Stoops go. I will forever miss watching OU football games and seeing you just absolutely go crazy in the coach's booth upstairs, the coach's box upstairs. Regardless if the defense does good or bad, you're sitting there twisting, and it's almost like you're in the game. And from what I've heard about you, you do that in practice. You're just kind of twisting and shaking and moving, and I've heard reporters talk about how, and it's mostly, you know, like guys on the Sports Animal or oh man, Sooner Scoop. Was it Carrie Murdoch on Sooner Scoop? I'm sorry, I listened to your podcast on Sooner Scoop. Matter of fact, I listened to 3 podcasts we're on from Sooner Scoop. I listened to The Morning Animals. I listened to the Sooner Scoop Unofficial 40, and I listened to the Sooner Scoop post game. I think you're Carrie Murdoch, I think, but he'll talk about how he'll be in the press box and hear a boom, 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 and it's Coach Stoops kicking or stomping his foot, and I will also forever remember Coach Stoops, the time you were in the booth, and I don't know if somebody told you that you were on TV or you just looked up and saw the camera pointed at you, but you point at the camera and yell, and you point down to the field telling the camera to get off of you and get back onto the field. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. But Coach Stoops, I understand the difficulty it is to coach defense in the Big 12. I mean, the offenses have the advantage. Okay, they spread you out, they create mismatches, and you know, they spread you out, they create mismatches. The whole point of offenses in the Big 12 is to create that mismatch and to take advantage of that mismatch. And whenever you have all the receivers covered and all that, that's when they run the ball straight up the gut. And you have 3 down linemen because you're having to cover all the wide receivers and the tight end. And, you know, you're having to cover all that. And you have linebackers covering a wide receiver, a tight end. You have all that. So you have the mismatch. You have 5 down linemen versus 3 down linemen on defense. And then you have maybe a linebacker or 2 that get picked up by linemen because the defensive linemen can't mandate or dictate a double team. So they're having to do all that, and the difficulty it is to coach in the Big 12. I understand that, and I also understand how difficult it is in the modern day and age we're in with kids who don't want to accept responsibility and who don't want to be coached up. They want to go out there and make the big hit and, you know, get the highlight reel, but they don't want to do the fundamentals. But basically, Coach, I just want to say thank you for everything you did for this state and everything you did for the individuals in this state. Thank you, Coach.